Okay. Oh, that's blurry. Is that blurry? It's a bit blurry. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello. Live chat. We're in the live chat here. We're on the Lewis Schaffer here. Let's go there. Let's go here. Okay. Thank you very much. I had a pizza. We can talk about that. We can talk about that. Oh my God, I've had a pizza. Top chat. Make it live chat. Let's make it live chat. We're going to go here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Greetings. Maybe I should go out and go for a walk after this show because I ate an entire pizza. I ate 320 grams of pizza. 320 grams of pizza. I ate 320 grams of pizza. 320. I'm like blurry from the high carbs. I'm a liar. I tell people not to eat carbs, and I went out and bought a Dr. Oetker's, I think that's the guy's name, pizza. Do you know who I'm talking about? Um, anyway, Noam Hunter is here. Alan Williams is here. David Bowen, welcome back. I up. How's everyone today? I don't know. How are we today? I don't know how I am today. I'm not feeling that good. I've had an entire pizza before this, like 2 minutes before the show. Not that this is called a show. It's not. It's not a show. This is not a show. This is this is a stream. A stream. A stream. It's getting better every single time we're doing this. Every time we do. You're in the wrong studio. I know. Thank you for noticing. I am in the wrong studio. The reason I'm in the wrong studio is because something happened to my internet connection on that computer. And I realized that that computer is 14 years old. So it's time. I guess, can you have a computer that's 14 years old? You can't have a computer that's 14 years old. So I have to buy a new computer. I asked before, and I'm going to ask again. Do any of you people know of a computer? What should I buy that costs about 150 pounds? Maybe I can get at CEX. It's a used computer, maybe 3 or 4 years old. Maybe that's all I need. I don't need a real computer. I don't use it for anything. But thank you very much, Joodles. Dr. Oat. How do you Oetker? How do you pronounce that? I don't know. MC Scott is here. Good to see you again. Buy something with an 8 GB RAM. Yeah, possibly that's maybe the problem, and that's what's causing the block. That's what the producer said. He's not here today, which is why I'm using this one. I don't know what I would do if I didn't. Anyway, he is not here, and it's a Saturday night. It's 27 degrees in studio number two, which is normally we go to studio number one, but now we're in studio number two. You can't see how messy the place is. You can't see how messy it is. Can you see how messy it is? You can't. You can't see how messy it is. It's just very messy. Maybe I'll do a bit of tidying while the show is going on. I think we need to talk about the flu situation, because I think they're ramping it up. People are going to the hospital. You want to go to the hospital? You will die. You will die. People die in hospitals. I think they die in hospitals. They die in hospitals. So maybe. Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I didn't do the sound. Could you hear that thing? Anyway, Cell Air is here. A computer for 150 pounds. Probably get a Commodore 64 for that money. No, I think maybe I get 200 pounds for a computer. I don't need a fancy. I don't use it for anything except the other show. The other show. Uh, but maybe you're right, Cell Air. We can make our own decisions, Lewis. Eat what I like or eat what you like. I ate an entire pizza today. I had 5 oranges. I had a submarine bun, whatever you call them in this country, a roll with um, bratwurst. So I mean, I probably have had 200 or more grams of carbs, or more than that. I went out walking, and I'll tell you how much I walked. I walked about, not that you're interested. I don't think you're interested. Are you interested? I walked 8,100 steps. It's not a lot of steps, but it is something. It is something. It's all fear mongering, Lewis. Yes, it is. It's the seasonal fad, as it is every year. It's a fad. It is true. I don't know if it's a fad. They want you to be scared. They want you to go to your doctor. Basically, it's saying, look at how wonderful we doctors are. No, Hunter. Yes, that's totally true. They won't do nothing about it. They can't do anything about it because they're all wrong about it. They think it's caused by a virus, which it is not caused by a virus. There is no such thing. And you know this about me. I've turned mad. I'm getting madder and madder. And you know what? Whenever I have carbs like that, I can feel it right here. I can feel it in my kishkas. It's really wrong. I should throw the food up. I can't do that, though. Only whinge. That's what they do. They just whinge. I think there's an H in whinge. You sound a bit distant. Do I sound a bit distant? I fixed the microphone. Can you hear me now? Like you are down in a well. Can you hear me now? I had 5 navel oranges. 5 of them today. I mean, that's what I used to eat back in the day. Back in the day, when I was fat, I used to eat fruit. I just used to just guzzle it. I used to go buy. They have the dollar bowls in Peckham. I could buy a dollar, just but like it's candy, and it is candy. Don't eat fruit. Thank you, Janice, for that way. I live in Peckham. David Bowen, where do you live? We're gonna have a prayer later tonight. We will definitely have a prayer. And and I got a little bit of itchiness between my toes. And that's what happens when you eat carbs. I've been on a carb feast. I haven't been gaining too much weight because I've been measuring the calories, but the carbs cause the itches. I'm here. Girl from Mars. Good to see you, girl from Mars. Girl from Mars. Um, how do you eat 5 oranges following through? What does that mean? How do you eat 5 oranges without following through? What does following through mean? The way I ate 5 oranges, Hugh Janice, is I had 3 when I came home from my walk, and I had 2 before I had the pizza tonight. Before I had the pizza tonight. No, Hunter says, I don't know. I don't know. For me, the quality is not that good. Is it just me? What is the sound quality? Does anybody have a problem with the sound? Um, the level for safe cholesterol and blood pressure has changed, I've heard. So the quacks hand push, the quacks HAN push, more drugs, says John Van Dam. P.S. Go Lewis. Oh, yeah, what does that mean? Maybe we write that again. Um, and and Alex says he had Korean ramen. That's as bad as pizza. That's as bad. I put extra cheese on the pizza. It had pepperoni pizza, and the actual bread base, whatever the carb base, wasn't that carby, but it was about 800 or more calories, maybe 1,000 calories. Alan, what's the difference between a ZX81 and a shoebox? What is the difference? I never had a ZX81. Um, food again, geez, unbelievable. Well, I'm like a girl from Mars. I know you love me the way that I am, but I'm a girl from Mars. The tree at the bottom of my garden can use a computer. It's always logging onto the internet. The tree, it's logging onto the internet. Okay, okay. Um, following through, it starts as a fart and ends up being a bit more than that. Well, I don't, you know what? Here's the thing is tomorrow I will wake up and I'll have an itchy bum. I'll have an itchy bum. But I mean, considering I don't poo as much as the normal person poos because I'm on this meat diet. Fresh coconut is here. Hello, fresh coconut. I started drinking beetroot juice. Apparently, it helps to lower blood pressure. It turns your poo black, which is scary. I used to eat a lot of coconut, a lot of beetroot juice. I think you might want to Google whether that's healthy for your kidneys. You're a young guy. I'm an older guy, and I'm not going to damage my kidney. I ate so much beetroot. Do you cook? Do you cook it? Is that where the juice comes from? I think you cannot eat beetroots. I don't think you can. And I used to eat them raw. I used to eat them cooked. I just loved it. But it's bad for your kidneys. We'll have to check that out. Joodle's coming. You're a girl. Like that's some kind of insult. Yeah, 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 a little bit, a little bit. I'm sorry, Joodles. I mean, I'm obsessed with food. I'm obsessed with my diet. Most men aren't. I guess we are now, but historically, I don't think we have been that way. Have we been that way? I don't think we have been that way. We don't have to talk about the poo stuff again. I'd like to talk about what's his name? About uh, the guy, the Green Party guy. What's his name? That horrible guy. Joodles. I don't know how the conversation always goes in this direction. I'm going to tell you how it goes because it's something that's really important to me, and maybe it shouldn't be that important to me. I mean, this is what I'm thinking about. What am I thinking about? I'm thinking about food. I'm thinking about food and germs and the colds and the medical society and my blood pressure. I'm thinking about my health because those things I can sort of control. Zach Polanski. Thank you very much, Alex. I forgot the guy's name. Punansky. Very funny, Alex. Yes. I have planted. No, it's the stuff that comes in the carton from Sainsbury's. Well, why don't you Google? First of all, why would you have something that comes in a carton? I mean, basically, beetroot is pretty cheap. Anyway, I've planted an apple tree for each of my grandchildren, girl from Mars. Some only have apples every 2 years, some every three. What's that all about? That's interesting that you say that. Some fruit doesn't come all the time. It doesn't all the time. Um, it's like we've got the plum trees here. Some years, amazing plums. It's like the tree is like all plums. Another time, it's not. It's the same thing with apples. Apples, I'm not saying they're toxic, but they're not great for you. They're like oranges. An apple should not be that big. That's how big apples have gotten. They've gotten that big. Is that how big your apple is, girl from Mars? Is that how big it is? Okay. It's amazing, says Joodles. She's talking to Cuffy here. I'm so unobsessed with food, yet apparently that's a girl thing because not all it isn't like girls do this and boys do this. It's about the chart. Girls do this and boys do this. I saw that from Jordan Peterson. But you're not going to question me. Opinions on matzo ball soup. I tried it in Great Neck, and I could take it or leave it. When were you in Great Neck? Where were you in Great Neck? Great Neck, Great Neck. Oh my God, Great Neck. There's some great matzo balls. They got a Kensington Diner there in Great Neck. I used to just love it. I just used to love it. Kensington Deli, not Diner, the Kensington Deli. I mean, I like matzo. I mean, what is matzo ball soup? It's a big lump of ground up matzo that's just all carbs, but it's in a bowl of chicken soup. It's just delicious, but it's not good for you. Dave Toby's here. Zach the Tit Whisperer. I mean, did I surprise you earlier by saying that I actually think you can? I'm not saying you can hypnotize someone to grow their breasts bigger, but I think in a place which the women have big boobs, that even the small boobed girls can can have bigger boobs. I actually believe that, Joodles. It was the other end I was thinking of. Says Mr. Cuff. What is the other end of what? Cheese, butter, and beef. Cheese, butter, and beef. What about cheese, butter, and beef? Did I miss that? Did I miss that? Is that what you're eating? Is that what you're eating, Joodles? I eat cheese and butter and beef, but today I was a bad little boy, a bad boy. I didn't lie. I haven't lied because I told you exactly what I've eaten. I have one plum tree, plums every 5 years. The apples are lovely. They grow so big. Yeah, they grow so big. You don't need to eat that much of an apple. I used to eat the apples, and I love the taste of wild apples. They just taste unbelievably better than half of the store-bought apples. That's what I think. You've got one plum tree. It only plums every 5 years. That's interesting. Some apples bear fruit every 2 years and have alternating poor and good years. My family used to grow cider and cooking apples, says Vatanai. Good to see you. Good to see you, Vatanai. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, apples that you can pick outside are amazing. They are amazing. I'm sorry. They are amazing. Some apples bear fruit. Right, that's what Vatanai says. Yes, apples are great, but they're not original size. They've been pumped up. They've been whatchamacallit, they've been hypnotized. You are blessed in the tree regards, girl from Mars, says MC Scott. Yeah, wonderful. She's got the perfect boob is a natural boob. I would agree with that, but let's just say you talk it up. It's still natural. It's just naturally talked up. I used to have an apple tree and a grapevine years ago, says Mr. Cuff. We had a cherry tree, and well, it didn't produce cherries in Great Neck where I was growing up in Great Neck, but it did produce beautiful, beautiful flowers like the kind that were in Washington, D.C., or the Japanese gave to all the countries in the world. It was surprising, yes, because it sounds outrageous. I like the idea, but more likely that we'll face nuclear Armageddon and see boobs inflate from hypnosis. Um, I don't think we should rule it out. And I don't like that guy. You know I don't like that guy. I think he's a danger to this country, Zach, but it's quite possible. Plums are delicious. I would have to say that plums are maybe one of my favorite fruits. Probably the most I've ever eaten of any fruit in ever are plums. I've eaten apples, but I like all fruit. How could you say no to fruit? MC Scott says you can't fault a nice apple. You definitely can't. But pears for me now. Yeah, I like a nice pear too. Problem is you got to let a pear ripen, and most pears come to you are hard. Um, and they're not ready to eat. But a ripe pear is unbelievable. It has a lot of calories and carbs. A pear. Mr. Cuff says I love juicy peaches. Oh my God, I love hard peaches. It's one of my top fruits. Is peaches. Sounds nice. Okay, we're talking that 2 unalive, 20 injured in Rhode Island. Yeah, Americans shoot each other, but I don't know what kind of person was the shooter. Is he a Is he a? I'm not even gonna say what it is, but could be one of those people. I also had a cherry tree, says Mr. Cuff. You just reminded me, Lewis. Yes, they were nice, but I had to be really quick to get them before the birds. Yes, we have cherry trees here. There was one cherry tree. There's a couple of cherry trees. There's one in Peckham Rye Park, and there's one across the street from Peckham Rye Park. Cherries are amazing. They're an amazing. I think they're like related to plums. Um, what you think this dream is, Gnome? What is Gnome saying? It feels that way, but concerning it all for a call to attention. Um, I'd rather he is silly rather than attention seeker. Who are you talking about, Nick? I mean, Zach. I mean, maybe it's his name. Yeah, you know. In Japan, they are known for eating fish. Most of them look youthful and live to be very old. And the problem with fish for me is that it gives me gout and makes me smell as my pores release that smell. Possibly that's true, but I don't think gout can do that to you. I think you probably have a lot of uric acid and gout already in your body by the time you eat the fish, and it pushes it over the edge. I would say to you, and I've studied the gout situation, is you have to go low carb fresh coconut. Gout, you got to go low carb fresh coconut. Yes, you're bang on there. You got to leave them and be patient with the pears. Yes, you got to be patient. I agree with that. Lewis loves a nice pear. Um, yeah, well, that's what guys do. I don't, I'm not as strict as I used to be. I don't even remember how I used to be, you know, but I'm more flexible now, as you know, Lucy. I'm more flexible. Who knows? What are you saying to Girl from Mars? Are we talking about? No, we're talking about, oh, pears. Oh, a nice pear. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I didn't know that. Thank you, Girl from Mars. Thank you, Girl from Mars. We're talking about fruit. Fruit is like candy. I want to say, in a blissfully ignorant way, time to chat with some fellow ideologues and or fans. I don't know at this point. Um, the act is. What do you want to talk about, Joodles? I mean, no. Tell us what you want to talk about. Joe is here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Joe is here. How are you? Sorry you're late. I was thinking about you, Joe. I like a sharp, golden, delicious apple. I don't. I don't like a sharp Darklands. Good to see you, Darklands. I don't. I mean, I like a green Granny Smith apple, but I mean, I like an apple off the tree, like an English apple that's been picked off the tree, like a Cox's. You, Janice, points out that the shooting going on in um, in Rhode Island is um, is still active, but the whole university is locked down. I mean, Brown University was considered one of the best universities in America. It's probably just shitty right now. Not right now, not because of this, but because it's a very very woke place, as most universities are in America. It's just a woke place. Everybody say hello to Joe. Hello, Joe. I hear you, Darklands. Good reason they exist. Yeah, it's good. We lots of different flavors of apples. It depends what time of year. A lot of apples are just like they're put on a boat and they're shipped from New Zealand, which can be quite good. The Alan Williams says he fancies a couple of nice big buns. I like those too. Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. There's an old joke there. That's a good joke. Dick Van Dyke has turned 100, and people said, even though he's American, maybe King Charles should send him a telegram. Meanwhile, Prince Andrew has already sent his great great 14-year-old granddaughter a text. I don't know if, yes. Okay, that's cute. I mean, it's Prince Andrew. I don't like the royal family at all. Christmas polo shirt again. Yes. Yes, I'm wearing the same thing. I don't know. I'm wearing the same thing. I shouldn't be wearing the same thing. I should be dressed differently. Do you care? I don't bathe. Do I smell? I don't even know if I smell. My friend Russ says that I smell. He hasn't smelled me like that, but he says that I smell. A jazz or gala apple, those are delicious, Alex. What about a pink apple? What about a pink apple? What are they called? But a gala apple is delicious. No such thing as an English apple. They're all Chinese. Is that true? Do they come from China? That's very interesting. Yeah. But remember, an apple is like wine or like whiskey. It depends on the water, where it's grown, and how much sunlight it gets, and all that stuff. Has anyone seen anything about the anti-march in London today? I can't find anything about it. Can somebody search for that? Dick Van Dyke is a handsome man, as is his son. Who is his son? Who is Jerry Van Dyke? Have you ever heard of that guy? I did the research in why dolphins, this is what Fresh Coconut says, are mammals. They have blood, which they have had short hair in certain areas, and they can breathe outside the water, and they can produce breast milk. One theory, this is that they originally lived on land. Yeah, a lot of the animals lived on land. A lot of them they lived on land. The anti-ID parade. The anti-ID parade. I never cared about this stuff. I care about it now. I'm a bit late to the game. My friend Angela. She used to go to these demonstrations. I should have gone with her. I've not seen anything. A pink lady is what it's called, John Miller. Thank you. My beat, says Dave Toby, is cider. He likes the cider. Jules, it's on GB News, which Lewis Schaffer's not on GB News. What's long green and smells like bacon? Kermit the Frog's fingers. I guess that's cute. I guess it's cute. Tommy Robinson's Christmas Carol service was well attended. Can't speak for the others. Well, can we Google it? We're all at a computer or our phones or something. People prefer red apples, so they paint some green apples red. Or they put them in some kind of smoky thing, don't they? Dick Van Dyke's son played the cop son of a doctor in Diagnosis Murder. He is the fella. I don't think I've ever seen that TV show, Diagnosis Murder. Andrew Rubin is here. A Brayburn, best apples with cheese. Okay, let's just say this. All apples taste good with cheese, Andrew. But I will say a Brayburn is some of the best apple. That's true. Lewis Schaffer loves apples. And if you don't eat many apples, I think you can be low carb. You can have a little bit of an apple. Mr. Cuff agrees with Andrew. He says yes. He says yes. MJ Tiger Fang is here. Welcome, MJ. How are things going where you are? The only time I ever have apples is in a prawn salad or a sandwich, super young. Yeah, I used to do that too. If I didn't have tomatoes or lettuce, I used to slice up apples and put them in a sandwich. That is basically true. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Am I winning you over in terms of my humanity by saying that I like apples too? Do you think that I'm one of you because I like apples? Lewis, you do need a bath or a shower. Um, why? Why do I need a bath or a shower? It's a classic show, Diagnosis Murder. Still on TV even now. I didn't know it was Dick Van Dyke's kid. Do you know that Leo Kerr, now identifies as a recovering atheist? And in the video I saw about him coming out, people were mocking him. But I think this is Fresh Coconuts. It's a good thing, as the UK was built on Christian values. Well, we have to believe in Christianity because our enemy, nothing personal, believes in another God. And I'm not your enemy. I am your friend. It's a good thing the UK was built on Christian values, says Fresh Coconuts. Yes, that's true. What's the difference between apples and orphans? Apples always get picked. Oh, that's sad. That's slightly sad, but it's all right. Thank you, Russ, for that. MJ Tigerfang says hello to Mr. Cuff. I'm getting the fridge withdrawal symptoms, Lewis. It must be lonely in its own in the kitchen. It's a different show. I think when we do it in the kitchen. I mean, I don't know. Is this all right? I don't know if these shows are good one way or the other. I can't tell. What we need an audience. I guarantee you, with an audience, you'd go, "Oh my God, this guy is so funny." Maybe not. But we need a fridge. We need a fridge. We do. But I can't do it over there. I've seen these allotments not far from you. Expect you go scrumping over there, don't you? The answer is I don't go to the allotments. There are allotments near me, but I would for apples, for apples, there's an apple tree up on top by One Tree Hill. There's an apple tree over by Peckham Rye Park to the south of Peckham Rye Park. There's two of them side by side. Yeah, the shooting was at Brown University on Rhode Island. Would you? I don't think anybody calls it on Rhode Island. It's like in Rhode Island. Would you say on Rhode Island? I'm gonna have to check that out. That's so interesting because it's not quite an island. Do you say on Rhode Island or in Rhode Island? It's an interesting question. I'm checking it here. You say in Rhode Island because it's treated as a state region, but the island part of it renames to Aquidneck Island or on the island. Okay, so that's the answer to that. Do you want to see what the explanation is? You can read the explanation on your own while I'm here. It says basically you would say in Rhode Island as a state because most of Rhode Island is not on the island of Rhode Island, like Providence, which is the largest city. So there you go. But very, very interesting. Um, Robinson was a diversion from the anti ID march. I'm shocked at how it's been hidden. Was a diversion. What does that mean? A diversion, girl from Mars. Can you explain that? Right. Tommy's event was a flop. About 3,000 there, max. 3 million people signed a petition for no ID. That won't happen. I mean, it, for no ID. So you don't think the ID will happen, Sellair? Bloody hell. When's the last time Diane Spencer was on GB News? Guess everyone else is at the Crimbo party. Um, I was not invited to the Crimbo party. Okay, maybe they'll say, "Where's Lewis?" You are great, Lewis, says Girl from Mars, but maybe if we may be few, but we do love you. That's what I like to hear. Thank you very much. Diane Spencer got into a fight with someone there. I'm not going to mention his name. Got into a fight, and he pushed her off of the show, as he pushed Lewis Schaffer off of the show. My cousin used to pick apples and make cider out of them, says MJ Tigerfight. Yeah, well, apple cider is one of the oldest drinks in the world. And it was the drink in America. That's what people used to drink back in the day. They didn't drink beer and they didn't drink whiskey. They drank apple brandy, apple cider, which they turned into brandy. Humble Apple played a vital role in explaining gravity. If you believe it, if you believe what gravity is, did you see Stephen Allen is presenting today on what? On presenting today on what, Alex? I'm an atheist, says Alan Williams. I'm sticking to it. I wouldn't change for political or popularity reasons. No, but we might have to change in order to fight off the enemy that's coming or is within. We have to fight for Christianity. I'm not even a Christian, but you guys got to fight for it. Selaire, thank you. Where did you find this news? I've been searching for it and asked on Facebook. My post was removed. What? Where? I don't see it. I don't see what Selaire wrote. What did Selaire wrote? How many people went to the anti-ID thing? Do you support the idea of a fertile couple adopting? I think it's a good thing, as orphans need parents too. The most famous orphan was Steve Jobs, and he went on to become a billionaire. I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm against people adopting, basically. I'm for strong It should stay within the families, basically. I think I think they're taking children away from mothers, giving them up for adoption. I'm against that totally. Fresh coconut. But you are right about Steve Jobs. He's like half Syrian. There is a shooting going on at Brown University at the moment. Yeah. So should I go search this thing here? Let me just see what they have here. Okay. Suspected custody. Suspect in custody. Okay, oh, the BBC. I'm not going to look at the BBC. I will not look at the BBC. I won't look at the Guardian. I won't look at NBC. I won't look at CNN. Fox 5, maybe. Yeah, okay, let's see what it says. Let's see what it says. Okay.
Yes. Okay, like shortly, like 5 minutes or like 3 minutes or a minute?
Double chin. Pretty girl.
Okay, 3 minutes-ish.
I think definitely like
The streets around Thayer Street.
Can you hear me? Is there too much of an echo?
Okay. Oh, Ryan. Oh, we're about to go. Tim and Sheena, this is correct. This is a very active scene right here behind me. As you can see, there are ambulances keep coming in from all over the state, including Warwick, Pawtucket, Cranston, all of them lining the streets around Thayer Street. And now a recent alert sent by Brown University officials said a report of shots fired near Governor Street. That's a few blocks away from where we are now. Again, this is still a very active scene. We know very little details yet, but we'll be bringing you as much as we can, as soon as we can, and we'll be bringing you the latest. Live here from Providence, Barbara Vaughn, 12 News.
That's the news. That's the news. Okay.
From your constituents and other officials in your community. Can you give us any updates about what's happening and maybe more information about the possible suspect? What exactly do you know at this moment?
Well, I'm told that the mayor and public safety officials are going to be having a press conference in about 5 minutes, and we'll learn more then. But as of a couple moments ago, they were telling me that a suspect is not yet in custody. There's been conflicting information online about that, but what I'm hearing from from the people on the scene at the mayor's office, there is not a suspect yet in custody. It's still an active situation, and so they're still advising everyone in the area to stay sheltered in place unless specifically told by law enforcement to leave. And I think what's happening is law enforcement is going building by building, clearing buildings one at a time. Significant law enforcement presence. I'm about a mile away from the scene, and the response has been significant. But it apparently is still an active situation, from what I'm being told.
Okay. Oh, that's horrible. It's horrible. Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, what do you make of that? That's just, you don't know what it is. We don't know what it is. Americans like to shoot people, and they have guns, and they like to shoot people. That's what they do. But we don't know what it is. We don't know what it is, so we have to find out what it is. Am I in favor of Americans having guns, even with active shooting? Yes, I'm in favor of it. Everyone should have a gun, because if everyone had a gun, then this guy would not be that special. Wouldn't be that special. Um, Local authorities gain more money from central government for this scam. What scam are we talking about? Okay, let's. I missed a bit here. Let's get back on track. Let's get back on track. Okay. Um, there's nobody in custody. John Miller says. Okay, the best female award goes. Okay. I heard that there was a lady that was stabbed in New York and died. This is what while she was like changing her baby by a homeless lady. Yeah, yeah. People, yeah, yeah. The amount of people who are getting killed in New York is way, way down. But if it goes up, they're going to have only one person to blame, and that is Mandami, basically. Okay. Selaire says, why does a foster parent get tens of thousands to bring up a child, and a natural parent gets pretty much nothing off the state? Fostering seems to be for profit to me. I mean, I knew lots of parents who took over people's kids. We've got to. People have to be better parents, and they shouldn't be. And I don't think the state should be giving out money for anybody. The SS are the most vile service in the UK. Foster carers get over £500 a week for each kid. £500 a week. Is that true, Girl from Mars? That's like wow. That's like wow. That's like way too much. Local authorities gain more money from central government. Yeah, okay. The BBC is way ahead of GB News here. How do you know? They lie, but they could be true. It could be true. And they've got billions of dollars of our money. Of our money. How does the BBC know? Why do they know more than GB News? Well, GB News is a relatively new news organization. I used to be involved in BBC, and now look at me. Look at me. Another relationship destroyed. That's what I do. I just destroy relationships. I destroy them. I want to apologize. In the US, burglary is significantly lower than the UK due to burglars being investigated more and burglars not wanting to be shot. That could be true. That could be true because basically we're told that the guy you break into the house does not have a gun. That's why we need guns. Whenever I watch the BBC, I'm never convinced what I see is real, sadly. All fake, I believe, or a lot of it is fake, or enough of it is fake that you can't believe everything. And now, did you hear the Canadians are saying it's okay for the news services, which is the CBC or whatever you call it, to lie? To lie. Did you hear this? I mean, that's just the way. That's just the way things are. That's the way. So what's going on, Alan Williams? What is going on there? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Oh, The whole system of funding from central government needs reforming. Yes, it's totally true. It's too centralized in many aspects. It needs reform. Yes, it does. The philosophy is a department must spend all its money plus more so I can get even greater funding next year. And it's also coming from one place. Let people in their own local community decide what they want to spend the money on. Maybe they don't want to spend it on homeless people. Maybe they don't want to spend it on asylum seekers. Maybe they don't want to spend it on, bad people who are coming to this country. In the UK, the police also won't look into crime committed by foreigners. I believe that, probably true. They don't look into my crime. So the overwhelming majority, pretty much, um, pretty much what? They go for the easy stuff like tweets and crackheads. Yes. Well, it's a police state. It's like what Solzhenitsyn said. What did he say? Didn't Solzhenitsyn said that that in the communist or socialist enterprises they stop looking at criminals and they start criminalizing free speech. I think that's sort of like what he said. It's not quite exactly it. MC Scott says, "Oh heck, I watch it too, Alan Williams. Fake TV can be entertaining. I just won't pay for it," says MC Scott. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not paying. I don't watch it, as you can tell. The elites are allowed guns in the UK. Only the masses have lost them. That's basically true. It's like the guy in America. He said to the senator, "Well, why are you allowed a gun, but I'm not? My wife isn't allowed a gun, but you're allowed to be armed." Just think of the fat shaming Lewis could do if he worked at the BBC. I don't know. Are they fat at the BBC? I don't remember if they're fat. I don't remember. Are they fat, Jedster? Okay. The elites have allowed guns in the UK. Only the masses have lost them. Exactly right. Exactly right. They want us to be afraid. Breaking news 9. 9 shot dead with a starting pistol. Police think it's race related. Um, could be. A lot of it is. What does it mean, race related? Were they killing white people or black people? What does that mean? A 14-year-old local boy is missing. I'll be going to help look with Doris, which is your beautiful dog. After, please pray we find him safe and well. Seller says 9 people shot dead. 9. And that's one of the most expensive unis in the country. Considered to be, it's an Ivy League school, so it's considered one of the top schools. It's one of the top schools. And so it's an absolute tragedy. The Democrats will say we got to take guns away, and the Republicans, sort of like myself, I'll say we need more guns. We should hand guns to students. We should hand them to students. There is an increase on black and white violence in the USA. There's always been very high levels of black on white violence in the USA. It's always been that way. There's a lot of anger and animosity from black people towards white people. They should be helping families stay together, Lewis. Yes, they should. They shouldn't make it easy to get a divorce. And I think the way you get families to stay together is by preventing women from working. Joodles, did you hear what I just said? Lucy, did you hear what I just said? Um, you know, that's what I definitely more guns than people in America, Simon. Simon led to believe. Simon led. What does that mean? Bad taste, Dave. What did Dave say? There was bad taste. It's it's a bit early. It's too early. It's a pity we don't have a gun culture here in the UK in many ways. It would save a lot of people a lot of trauma. I agree with that. I never owned a gun. I never even saw a gun until I was about 18 years old. The establishment are real racists, as more people believed crime is related to culture, not race. And if they believed it was a culture related, they'd be happy to talk about the stats. They have what Harry and Meghan would call unconscious bias. Yeah, well, they don't want to say I mean, I don't know what's going on in America, but that's one of the problems in America. Race-related crime, or one group of people committing most of the crime in America. If you took away one, I can't. I'm afraid even to say it. We got Lewis Rage Bait before GTA 6. Is GTA 6 coming out? It's been like 10 years since GTA 5. Is it coming out? The BLM leader in Oklahoma got arrested for using donations to buy a mansion. That's other questions too. We're talking about violence here. Self-defense is fundamental right, I believe, but here self-defense is not done, if not done right, can lead to prison. Yes, it can lead to problems, which is prison. Yes, that's basically true. I would feel safer and secure in the USA right now. Yeah, well, yes, I would say maybe yes, possibly yes. I'm not sure. Yes. I mean, I felt safer when I moved here from New York, and then New York got safer and safer and safer since I moved here. From about 1993, when Giuliani was mayor, up until I don't know when it started to get worse. Lewis, I will never work again. It's fine. Yeah. I'll never, yeah, don't work again. I don't want to work. I don't want to work. I'm just sitting here talking to you people. In fact, self defense is a legal minefield. Yeah, it is. It is. It is a legal minefield. I love that guy in Florida, the sheriff in Florida. He said to the people of his town, if somebody breaks into your house, please shoot them dead. Do you remember that guy? You know that guy. He says, please shoot them dead. You're allowed to. That's what Florida is. It's got laws that say you can shoot people dead if someone's breaking into your house. What are you supposed to do here? Come right in, rape me. Dun dun. Honestly, the imbeciles who donated to BLM deserve to lose their money in that way. Because how stupid can you be? Yeah, well, it wasn't that. It was lots of companies too. Companies too. That's why Donald Trump was elected president. One of the reasons why. People got fed up with that. Alex, good point. Fair enough, fair comment, especially on a personal level and on the street and on the home. I mean, it's not quite as this city and this country used to feel safe. I don't think it feels that safe anymore. I go out, my son says, "Are you okay?" I mean, this one here, honestly, okay. Statistically, women who stay at home and take care of kids are more happy than women who focus on higher education and career and delay having children to their late 30s and 40s. I mean, what does Judel say about this? I know someone working on it. No, it's going to be later than you think. What did Noam say? What are you working on? It's coming out next year. What is coming out next year? Joodles. Oh, industry secrets. Yeah. That's the general consensus since GTA 6. Overwhelming. Okay. Um, Gnome says this. He says, oh, industry secrets. Yeah, that's the general consensus since Rockstar decided to take the union busting route and overworking people to death. I can't blame them, but I can imagine the toll. I haven't heard that. Uh, He's being overworked to death, Gnome. Who is being overworked to death? Me? Am I being overworked to death? Feeling safe is relative, depends on who you are. Yes, but even people who are tough and living in the ghetto can feel unsafe. GB News is not responding to a major breaking news story at all. It's hopeless. Is it a major breaking story? If it were done by militant terrorist groups, it'd be a major. If it's one guy with a gun, it's not. It is. We've had these things happen all the time. Alan. Okay, Alan. Train insecurity. I'm I am looking for a self-defense group, girl from Mars. The problem is, Girl from Mars, women, from what I've heard, and even me, why should I take a self defense course? How will that help me? I'm not sure it will help. I just bought 3 mansions. He's making a joke about Black Lives Matter. They might get Bev onto it later. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Can't imagine. Not really fun, even if you're contributing to one of the cultural phenomenons of the 21st century. Hopefully, things get better. Are we talking about GTA 6? I mean, I remember I used to play that with my kid. It was like just so amazing. Going around Los Santos. It was like I felt like I was in LA. It was so great. It was so, so great. Uh, it was like really, really great. I mean, the problem is in America, there's a lot more news channels, and there's also lots more internet news channels. That people putting stuff up relentlessly. All girls should be taught basic self defense in school. The truth is, most women have are much weaker than men. Nothing personal, and they can't even if you know what I mean. It looks amazing on those superhero movies with women doing all this stuff, but I think it might be a mistake. I used to be karate teacher, Girl from Mars. If a man comes near you, run. All the skills in the world will not save us from a big man who wants to hurt us. Joodles, I think you just agreed with me. How nice is that? Joodles just agreed with me. Run, run, or don't go down that street. Or maybe self defense is learning what's a dangerous situation and what isn't a dangerous situation. Driving around Los Santos, listening to nonstop pop. eh, I'm Palm from FM with Cara Delvigne. Cara Delvigne. I didn't mention her. I don't think I mentioned her, but it's not one of my favorites. Apparently, I'm getting a punch ball for Christmas. Better than slippers. How are you going to hit a guy? You can't, I mean, you can hit a guy, but most girls can hit guys because guys can't hit. I'm not going to hit back. I'm not going to hit back. Don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Maybe start streaming video games on Twitch too. Would you like to watch that? I'm not sure. Me practicing video. Yeah. Andrew Rubin agrees. Just start running. Maybe I should stream something else. I got plenty of hours in the day. And I'm getting stronger and stronger. Stronger and stronger. I mean, after the early show, I'm exhausted, but then, I have enough energy to sit here and talk here. So maybe that's a good idea. It's a brilliant idea. It's the best idea I've ever heard. Please remind me of it again another time. Uh, Need trainers to leg it, not a punch ball. Yeah, Salaire says. Yeah. Self defense can help to temporarily disable a man, which gives you the chance to run, Jules. We will never outfight them unless they're way above average big. And they're way above, and unless we are way above average big, and they are way above average small. So, yeah, I have to agree with you, Judels. I have to agree with Judels. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Judels. Female self defense only works if she can kick the guy in the balls. This is the comment, by the way, that literally got Graham Linehan arrested at gunpoint. Okay. Okay. Well, let's hope we don't get arrested for this. Just remember, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Joodles has Doris. Well, that's like carrying a weapon. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I believe in carrying weapons, Lewis. I've maybe broken ribs of exes, hence the warrior princess. I bet you have. You strike me as a very strong, determined woman. Very strong and determined. You could show us you find useful things that everyday people leave behind. John Miller. What does that mean? You could show us you find useful things that everyday people leave behind. Where does that come from? Are we talking about that? I missed that. I worked as a doorman in a lesbian pub, the toughest one I've ever worked in. Big tattooed girls. Yeah, that's when lesbians used to look like that. They weren't just they were lesbians back in the day. Now they're not lesbians. Sky News has gone to sports update. It's not the biggest news story. It's a big news story to us because we're involved in the American way. But I don't know if it is, Alan Williams. When I met Christelle, that's your girlfriend, she could have kicked my ass if I pissed her off. Nay danger, as she say. Nay danger. What do you mean, nigh danger or nay danger? I felt very safe out with her. Um, when she, out with her when she was able. Yeah, it's good to have a strong women. Women should be strong. I agree with that. They shouldn't be so weak. And men shouldn't be that weak. I'm pretty weak. I should be like Russ and exercise. I agree with you. MC Scott. Okay, MC Scott. She was 6 feet tall and big boned and capable. Yes, that's really nice. That's really nice. Doris is exactly what you need. Again, Joodles is agreeing with me. That totally agreeing with me. GB News is about to go full breaking news on it with Ben Leo. Yeah, yeah, okay, go for it. What's that's Glaswegian. Nay. What does that mean exactly, Andrew Rubin? Is it true, however, I'm a very nice person? Okay, I believe that too, Joe. I do believe that too. I believe that. I like nice girls. I like nice girls. Um, I mean, but I mean, we live in cities, so we need a police force that we can trust. We need a police force that can trust. We can trust. Mr. Cuff says, Joe, I have to agree. You might beat me up otherwise, with this laughing face. Yeah, you got to say that to a woman who's really nice. It's like what somebody said about Robin Ince. He actually believes he's a nice guy. I know Robin is. I've never been mean to me. He's been cold to me, but he's never been mean to me. Really need to know more about Diane getting booted off GB News. She was very funny. Can you not even hint who wanted her gone? No, I cannot hint. I'm not going to hint. I will tell you privately at some other point. Nay is no, Lewis. Okay, that's Glaswegian. I will tell you privately. You could send me a message on Twitter, or maybe on no on Discord, and I will tell you. He already told us you in a roundabout way. I, I you know. I know you know. I you know you know. You know. In Japan, men and women are practically the same height, as Japanese women don't like men who are taller. Maybe women in the West should do the same. Well, that's happening now. Women are um, me out as a specimen is just 6 feet, coconut. That's what women are getting taller and taller. It's all in the legs. All in the legs. I didn't say that, Lucy. I didn't say that, Lucy. I didn't say that. Anyway, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Okay, thank you. I don't know all this stuff. I'm old, Joodles. I'm old. I don't know all of these, you know, and acronyms. Acronyms is that what it's called? Lucy knows all the acronyms. Good to see you, Lucy. Good to see you. Um, there are things we can do. We need to learn them. I couldn't run run out a man. A man broke my ribs. It was hard to press charges. Police took it out of my hands. He went to prison for 6 months. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, well, yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, it sounds horrible. Sounds horrible. Men are big. Women like big men. They want men to be taller than them. They want men to be stronger than them. They want men to defend them. So this is, this is the difference between men and women and men. Um, well, if a man broke your ribs, how are you supposed to fight off the average man? You know, I mean, I don't think women get robbed as much as men. I can't imagine that. Where a man comes up to a woman, a young, beautiful woman, like girl from Mars, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl from Mars. Okay, and rob. I mean, it happens. Obviously, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, it's a bit sad, Mr. Cuff. They've U-turned on the shooter, having been apprehended. He's still on the run. He's still on the run. Yeah, well, let's see how good the police are there. There's lots of police. Providence was a really dangerous city, and I think it may still be a proper dangerous city. It was an industrial city like Hartford, a medium-sized city. GB News are finally awake. What to the subject? Okay, tell us all the news. I can't leave here. I'm talking to you people. I'm talking to you. Um, I'm going to the football game tomorrow. Who wants to fill us in on the news of what's going on? My head is itching. I think it was Trump who first said he's in custodian. Duh. I mean, he was probably told that. And so he's wrong about it. Big effing deal. Big effing deal. Big effing deal. Why does Beyonce keep singing to the left, to the left? Okay. If a man beats up a woman, he receives a short-term physical pain. But she receives short-term physical pain. But the man receives the E. What does the E mean? Man City gonna win. Why do you say that? You know I'm not a Man City supporter. But because you don't want Arsenal to win? 2 confirmed dead, at least 20 injured. Okay, that's lower than 9. I hope you have a fab time in the footy tomorrow, MC Scott. Thank you very much. Good for you. It's nice to be asked to do things. It's nice. It's nice for people to be nice to me. I mean, I'm not that nice to other people. I try to. Can you tell that I'm trying to be nice? Providence wasn't that featured in some old Wild West film? I don't know. I haven't seen many old Wild West films. Is Brown Ivy League? Yes, it is. Can't look it up at the moment. Yes, it's one of the Ivy League schools. But remember, the Ivy League schools was a football association. That's where the term Ivy League. They played football. There were 6 or 8 or 10 of these unis that are in the Ivy League, but they're not all equally as good. It's like having Oxford and Cambridge, and then you might have Durham or Bristol or Southampton. I don't know how it works, but it isn't. It wasn't set out by the government. Yes, it's Brown University, Jules, and they were an Ivy League school. They're an Ivy League school. Let's look up what the Ivy League is. What schools are in the Ivy League? Columbia. I used to watch Columbia play football. What schools are in the Ivy League? Okay, can you see that? Can you see that? Brown, Columbia, Cornell, Dartmouth, Harvard, Princeton, University of Pennsylvania, and Yale University. It was originated in an athletic conference that now signifies top tier higher education globally. Globally. Key characteristics: their history, prestige, selectivity. But there are other schools that are just as good as that everybody knows. MIT is not an Ivy League school. Stanford is not an Ivy League school. There are lots of really great, not that they're great schools now because they've all been co-opted. They all place in the top 15 schools. The top 15 schools: Vanderbilt, Emory, Duke, Georgetown, Johns Hopkins, Caltech, Berkeley, University of California, Berkeley. Interesting. University of California, Los Angeles is considered to be in the top league. Dartmouth, as I said. University of Michigan. Carnegie Mellon. University of Chicago, Northwestern. These are the top 15 schools. Rice. These are the top ones. These are the top ones. It's very important. This thing is very important. What does it say about my school, the school that I went to? Bard College ranking. Here we go. That's what the school looks like. There it is. Can you see that? There's an island. There's one of the islands. And these are the estates. There are estates right along the water. And they built a train line. And that's the school right in there. Now the school controls all of this. All of this up here. This is where I went to. Fantastic. Old map. I love old maps. Do you love old maps, everybody? I think you do. I think you do. Let's see what it says. Rankings. Rankings.
PM, we were dispatched to the area of Waterman and Thayer for an active shooter incident where our firefighters, known as a rescue task force, linked up with Providence.
Did you want to see that? Did you want to see that? Okay. Sandeep is here. Hello, Sandeep. How are you? Hey, mate, I noticed you have 2 Patreon bookmarks. My other job is downsizing browser real estate. Why would I have 2 Patreon bookmarks? I think I've got 1 Patreon account. I shouldn't have 2 unless someone is siphoning the money away. Is Ivy League like Division 4? IV. What does Division 4 mean? Mr. Cuff. It doesn't mean, it means a lot, but it doesn't mean what people think it means. It hasn't been voted on. It's kind of like, do you remember it was set up as a football league for teams to play football or running, whatever. And they said, well, who lives close by? Okay, we'll have Columbia, we'll have Dartmouth, we'll have Brown, we'll have Harvard, we'll have Yale, we'll have Columbia, we'll have in this small area. What is the other one? I'm gonna have to look for this. I'm gonna look for this. I'm gonna look for this right now. Are you ready? Are you ready? Patreon. Lewis Schaffer. Home. Well, look, Patreon does so many different stuff now. Let's see what Lewis Schaffer is. I only see one here. There's me right there. I've got to get this thing going. I got to do more stuff. I've got to do more stuff. There I am. Membership. How about membership? Your welcome note. Grateful tier. That's grateful tier. Calendar tier. I gotta do the calendar. I've got to. Is is this a different thing than what you see, Sandeep? Your Bard mention is in the Guardian notice. Well, they mean something to Americans. Doesn't mean anything to anybody here. Hey, man, what does it mean, Sandeep? Good to see you, Lewis, and everyone. Every man was abusive, physical. Um, let's get back on track here. I'm catching up with this thing. I'm not. I'm a little bit behind. If a man beats up a woman, she was okay. Two confirmed dead, says Jules. Okay, we're getting back on track. Permanent reputational pain of being a coward. Is Brown Ivy League? Yes. Lewis, you're lovely. Thank you very much, Alan Williams. Don't forget we love you. Thank you, girl from Mars. 8 private unis, all in the Northeast. It's just a football league. It's just a group of guys getting together and saying, okay, you want to play football. And they were very good schools. They were old schools, most of them, and they were very good schools, but there are other schools that are better than them right now. And there are other schools that other schools that are better than them. It would be like I was thinking, the way the the way the football teams, the big teams in this country and in France and Germany, they got together and said, let's form a full-time league, not a Champions League, but a full-time league just for Inter Milan, just for Arsenal, just for Man United, just for um, Galactic, whatever it is, just the top teams. And then those top teams are called the top teams forever, even if they're SHIT. I'm not saying they're SHIT. Lewis and everyone, every man was abusive, physically or mentally, to me. I don't know how it happened. I'm saying it now because I have to. Okay, you're saying it now. Um, is Auburn any good? I don't know. It has a kind of a history. It was a good football team, Auburn. It's down in Mississippi or something. It probably is very good, but maybe not. Duke produced some of the best basketball players. Duke also was considered to be a very good, but all of these things are questions. Why are you telling us this, Joe? Well, let's think about why it would happen. We don't have to think about it, but you can think to yourself, why did it happen? You know, why did it happen? I've gone out with girls who've been mean to me, and some have been nice to me. You got to ask why it happened. Idiot students who are in lockdown on campus are apparently ordering Grubhub delivery, Eugenics says. Probably they're stuck in their room and they think that, and the people who are coming are probably foreigners and they don't care if they die, I guess, because the shooter is out there. Not all men are the same, Joe, says Mr. Cuff, but I can see why women want to be on their own after being treated like that. Um, um, Perusing old maps is interesting, something I've not one enough of, but hey ho, not enough time in the world for everything. But I love old maps. I find them fascinating. What is the other one? Which one's the other one? Just researched it. Wasn't a welcome. It was the 1977 film Dirk Bogarde. Was it Providence, Rhode Island? I understand changes. I understand changes you for sure. Your Bard mention is in the Guardian article. What are you saying, Sandeep? Where is the other Patreon thing? They tried that Super League thing, Lewis. It didn't work. Yes. Well, this is when you think of an Ivy League school, think of the Super League. They all started out being really successful, winning teams. And they wanted to like make it set in stone. They didn't want to have to rely on, or not rely, be at risk to relegation and promotion. Lewis, I was just being honest. I'm not a victim. I'm pretty great. And I've always been. Yeah, but you want to figure stuff like that out if you're going to have other relationship. Lewis with American Footy League run its franchises with no relegation. That sounds like Ivy League closed shop. It does. I used an example of what the Footy League here was trying to do. Have a closed shop with all the best teams. To have Inter Milan, Juventus, um, Galacticus. What are the German teams? Guinea-Bissau. I don't know what the German teams are called. Did you know Dick Van Dyke is now officially 100 years old? And he probably is in real life 100 years old. I think Dick Van Dyke only has one birthday. He's no king. He's no king. But yeah, Sal, there it is. That they gave themselves this organization. They didn't do it to say, look at how smart we are. But over time, it became associated with good universities. Let's look at this here. When was the Ivy League formed? Okay, only in 1954. That can't be possible. The term was used as early as 1933, though. Okay, okay. It was founded. That's when it's part of the NCAA, but the actual term. So they're very old schools. The most recent school was founded Cornell, 1865, but most of the schools 1764, 1754, 1740, 1746, 1701. The oldest school is Harvard, and the next oldest is Yale, and the next oldest is the University of Pennsylvania. And what is the color of my team, which is the Lions? Columbia University. I used to go watch them play. I used to watch them play. I mean, it's an interesting point. Okay. Atletico Berlin. I don't think that's a top team. I don't think it is, or is it? Um, I don't know if it is. So sad that Dearborn Muslim Raiders won't be able to get into the league. No, it's like maybe they'll be forced to disband the league. Maybe. So Ivy League is essentially a U.S. equivalent of the Russell Group. As far as I know about the Russell Group, yeah, there's some shitty schools. The Russell Group is 200 schools or something, but there are some shitty schools in the Russell Group. And I don't know if the Ivy League schools are shitty schools. I don't think that they are. I don't think that they are. So Ivy League is essentially no. Johnny Infantino doing a good job for the closed shop, giving Donald J. Trump the new Frangold Award for FIFA Peace. Yeah, says Andy Rubin. Thank you. I only just realized how bad it was, but I'm good with it. Um, I mean, there are bad men and there are bad women. Did you really say Guinea-Bissau is a German team? I was making a joke because I couldn't think of the name. Munich, whatever the name of the Munich team. What's the name of the Munich team? I don't remember. I don't remember what the name of the Munich team. But that's when you hear Ivy League, and if you remember what I say, you'll be way smarter than everybody. It was just founded as a football league about 100 years ago. Bayern Munich. That's right. That's right. Thank you, Lucy. And thank you, Joodles. Very good with the information. But it's like, imagine those teams, 10 of those teams getting together and saying, this is our league and you can't be kicked out of Bayern Loughborough is a good team. And you can't be kicked out of the league. Imagine that's the case. Over time, some of the teams are definitely going to get bad. And over time, some of the teams are going to who are not in the league are going to get good. Are going to get good. I've enjoyed tonight's show. Have you guys enjoyed it? I've really enjoyed it. I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to tell you how many people were watching the show. Let's just see how many people were watching the show. A lot of people. We've had some good numbers here. I want to thank you for watching the show, and I'm going to thank everybody by name. We've had a high of 30, 33, and then we had a low of 24, and now we're back up to 30. So there you go. We've had 30. So that's really good. Gnome, tonight's been nice. Thank you, Gnome. Thank you, Gnome, for coming in. Lucy, thank you. Beautiful, beautiful Lucy, girl from Mars. Beautiful, beautiful girl from Mars. I love having you here. And everybody does. We love having you here. Thank you, Janice. It was good fun tonight. I really thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, Mr. Cuff. Thank you. Hold on a second. Hold on. Thank you, Joodles. He was the number one person. And Lucy, too. The two of them, the two ladies, were number one and number two. Mr. Cuff, you, Janice. Number four, Alan Williams. Thank you very much, Alan. Girl from Mars. Thank you. Gnome Hunter and Celer et Audax. Thank you. That means faster and braver. MC Scott, thank you very much. Joe, Warrior Princess, thank you very, very much. Andrew Rubin, Fresh Coconuts, thank you. Alex Vatanai, MJ Tiger Fang, thank you, and thank you. David Bowen, are you still there, David? Thank you for coming in. John Miller, Russ, and number 18, thank you for coming in. Sandeep, thank you for coming in too. I'm going to have to check my thing. Thank you very much, John Van Dam, Dave, Toby, not Toy Boy, Toby, sorry, Toby, the Jedster, brilliant, Darklands, brilliant. Everybody, can you do me a favor before you go? Can you press the like thing? I didn't ask for the last two shows. Press the like thing. Do that. Then do the subscribe if you haven't subscribed, so you know about this thing. And if you want to contribute, go to Patreon at Lewis Schaffer. Go to Twitter at Lewis Schaffer. How about that? We've had 130 people viewing this thing. That's a lot of people. Can you go to Lewis Schaffer for the Twitter thing? Go to Discord. Kermit's not here, so if anybody wants to go to the Discord thing, Mr. Cuff says this is the best show ever. It's been the best show. Keith is here, but he's late. We'll see you tomorrow at 5. I might be a little bit late tomorrow because I'm going to the football match, and I might be just a little bit late tomorrow, which is a Sunday. Wow, didn't know you were here, Gnome Hunter. Okay, so there you go. Alan Williams, thanking everybody I haven't thanked. Who haven't I thanked? If I haven't thanked you, if I haven't publicly, Joe, thank you for coming in. If I haven't thanked you, then go to the bottom and say, what about me? What am I, chopped liver? Are you chopped liver? No, I just forgot you. Okay, so we're going to do that. That's what we're going to do. Fresh coconuts. Thank you, Fresh Coconuts, for being here. There you go. I think I've thanked pretty much everybody. I have. You could also maybe make a contribution to the stream to keep the stream going. Which is, I know you're thinking, well, he's not going to be famous. Why do I have to be nice to him? I'm with you. I understand that totally. Why do I have to be nice to Lewis Schaffer? Lewis Schaffer on Twitter. because you don't have to be nice, but it's nice to be nice, but it's nice. But thank you very much. Thank you very much. Alex, did I say thank you to Alex or Andrew Rubin for being here? I don't know if I did. If I've missed you, please come in and say, hey, what about me? What about me? Also, you can go to paypal.me, paypal.me/Lewis Schaffer. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, everybody, I hope. No, my opinion isn't Shanks. My opinion is what's his name? And Pat Benatar. Thank you for mentioning Pat. I'll thank you, Pat Benatar, for some great songs. Um, Jedster. Jedster is my opinion. Jedster is my opinion. I mean, that's why you should always state your name a million times. Jedster, my opinion. Um, okay, so that's it. Good to see you. Good to see you. We'll see you soon. I'm blowing you a kiss. You guys have been good. What time tomorrow? I'm gonna say 5:30, but I'm gonna try to be back by 6. I'll be back by 6. I'm going to the football game, but we'll see. We'll be from 6 to 7:30. Okay, well, 6 to 7:30. Crystal likes Palace. I say Palace wins 2-1, but I live in hope. Thank you, MC Scott. I don't think. I think that. I don't know. You don't know. They're playing so well. And thank you, Shanks. Shanks has been a tremendous supporter of this thing. And thank you, Kermit, for being a backbone to this thing. And thank you, Darklands. Did I thank you already? Thank you, thank you, thank you. We will see you tomorrow. Should I say tomorrow at 6? I'll be done at 4. By the time I get out of there, it'll be 4:30. Let's say I'll see you tomorrow at 6. Is that really bad for everybody? I'll try to get home. I'll try to get here earlier. Okay. Um. We'll see you tomorrow at 6. Well, can you remember that? We're going to start tomorrow at 6. Okay, I'm going to go up here. See you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Late start. Okay. Bye-bye.